Today's exercise is reacting simply. And so it's share your immediate reaction to a piece of music, artwork, or poetry. A little tricky to do, I think I have to work on this one because my immediate reaction, I need to go find one to react to. It's not going to be immediate. Why do I overthink these things? But what I am going to do is there is a poem that I did see come across Reels, and I sent it to a couple of friends. It just kind of clicked with me. I thought it was a lovely poem, and I've Googled it to go find it and look that up. And it's I found it on Medium here by an account called A Storyteller, and the name of the poem is Love Note. So I'm just going to read that poem straight up so that you can hear it, and then we'll have a bit of a discussion about what we think it sounds. Look, the reel, I saw it on the lady that reads it amazingly. See how I go. They say if you kiss a wound, it will heal, but I can't kiss your heart. I'll kiss your lips, your neck, your skin, and every other part. And I hope that one day they'll sink in and something inside you starts, because because where you see yourself is, wow, because where you see yourself is worthless, all I see is a work of art. So I'll begin to paint your canvas with the stain from on my lips, and I'll trace your frame so gently from your torso to your hips. I'll leave landscapes on your body, there's not a place that I'll miss. And I'll always be there to remind you in case you should forget. But if life ever comes between us, or if mine comes to an end, I hope that in the very least, when you needed me, I was your friend. And I hope that if I've shown you anything, it's that every wound can mend, that your life is far from meaningless, you hold universes within. Know that you could do anything you fathom if you only would believe, and the gift of happiness awaits you if you're willing to receive. And there is so much love around you and more that you can conceive, but I hope you find it in yourself before it's time for you to leave. And so I just saw that, as I said, I saw that come across on a reel. I think it plays on the reel so much better than I did it justice for. And amazing. And when I heard it read, I thought that must be a famous piece of poetry. Like, I don't know, who writes poems? Yeats? And I don't know. I had no idea. And when I Googled it up to find that it's new and written, it was delivered so well. I thought it was fascinating. I'm not a big lover of poetry. I've never really got into it like that, but I just thought the message of that. It's interesting to wonder what the message is. It reads so well. I mean, it's titled, what did I say? It's titled Love Something. Let's have a look. Love Note. So obviously it's a love note, but there's a message in there too about having a belief in yourself and being able to overcome things. And I love the story of the wounding and the healing. It's a deep insight into the human journey, I believe. I'm a big believer in the concept of the wound. Big believers, maybe not. If you've heard of that, that comes from some tribal, in a lot of tribal societies, there's this concept of the wound and the wounding that we experience as children. When we awaken and become adults and start to get a sense of identity and separation from other people in the world, that sense of individuality that we gain is in itself a wounding that keeps us disconnected in a sense, and learning to find that wound and recognize it and realize that that's part of our mechanism is a very important part of our initiation into adulthood. I believe it's something that's used a lot in initiation. So the touching on their story of wounds and being able to treat them with love and kindness, to be able to heal those, is something that I found very touched my heart in that poem, in that piece of poetry. So like I said, I'm not a big poetry reader, and I don't know if I come across all that emotional about things, but you know, it touched my heart and I thought it was worth a read when I had to come up with something that I could react to. It said poem, and that's one that stood out in my life. It just came along as a reel, and it touched me, and I noticed it, and I'm glad I was able to go find it and share that with you. So that's it for my story about the poem today. Thanks for joining me on day 20 of my Talk to the Camera challenge, and tomorrow's day 21, which marks 3 weeks, and that'll be the review day. So see you then. Cheers.